Well, greetings. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's connection. A little bit early. I have to get up early tomorrow. I have to get up early Friday. It's going to be, hopefully I can survive all this. So, alright, for tonight's connection. Let's see. It's about planets around us that are connected to us. As a basically going to a more fourth dimensional vibration. Those of you that are ready for this, of course, the third dimension is coming to an end, not as quickly as some would like. More fourth dimensional knowledge is coming through. As for basically the planets that are around us, are assisting us. Basically, this is a download if you're wondering where all this is coming from. Basically, like Mars is very connected to Russia. I put that in the title just to get, basically, and that's not all bad, but there is a lot of war there. As they lost their power around the Earth, is causing wars. Russia was the main source of where many of them, you could say, migrated to. Of course, other planets have two planet beings. As basically Jupiter is another vibration of alien energies. Venus, Neptune, etc. Go connect to a few of them tonight. Mercury, I don't know if I ever mentioned this before, but Mercury was much larger and in a different place at one time. As for what happened to that, to not give me full, clear energies of it, but it's where it needs to be. And all these planets around us are babysitting us, basically. And also, Earth looked a lot different in the higher vibrations during Atlantis time. When one more third dimension, it looks as it is now. So, not to say all worlds like ours look like this, but this in our case. Yeah, basically, we allowed every being known to man to come and teach us, or either way, the lower vibrations are losing and will continue to do so. As we are going to more of the fourth dimension, as Spirit connects with us more, basically we'll get more understanding of what's happening here. It's kind of warm. Basically, eventually our education system will go to a new vibration. Those with a very scientific mind are going to have difficulty with all this. Especially ufologists, where they want to see something physical, but basically this is something spiritual. Is basically you're just becoming more aware. Now I'm not sure how many are really ready for all of this. Even those that do channeling and those that are in the spiritual profession, even some channelers that are very successful, is going to have difficulties adapting to all of this. And some would be surprised how many don't want it to happen, because they're at their prime. They're making a living off of this. Everything is going great. Why would I want to change that? Now, not all of them are going to be like that, but there are going to be some that are. Basically, they're not ready for the fourth dimension energies to fully come in, so it's going to be kind of fascinating for that. And how many are going to be ready for fourth dimensional vibrations? I don't think it's going to be a huge amount, but you never know. Is basically getting more clear audience, clear understanding of our environment here. As for Mars, yes, a lot of their energies are in Russia, not all Russia, some of it's in Ukraine. And of course, it's scattered out across the world. And basically, Mars made its place once it lost its planet, and it basically migrated eventually to Russia area and basically built from there. Through incarnations, through, but also the influence through the aliens are there too. Same as Jupiter, same as Neptune, same as one thing about Jupiters are high vibrational beings, like Arcturians, like a sixth dimension. They're looking at us, yes, with a simplistic way, as we make life super complicated, as you can see. But they are waiting for us, and they are assisting, along with all beings, assisting us to see things more clearly. And as we see things more clearly, little by little, this is where you see your alien beings more clearly in this third eye, even visualization. Many are, yes, allowing more of this fourth dimension to come through, but still many are having difficulty seeing it. I'm not sure where that's coming from or why some are going through a fight. They're not giving me full. Everyone is on their different path, of course. Let's put it that way. But as for the more fourth dimensional vibrations increase within the Earth, yes, Earth changes will occur for the vibrations to shift. Third dimension, those will take it very seriously, get depressed, get angry. They're just doing what they do. Those are the more fourth dimensional outlook on life will less likely get impacted. Yeah, you might be impacted if you're in the area, but less likely to be mentally disturbed by it, however you want to word it. You'll take it a lot differently. Those in the third dimension will have very difficulties because that is where the manipulations have their control over, obviously. The manipulators obviously have all that taken out, and in spiritual communities also, what a better place to be. Basically, it's just being open, not to label people, just be open. And remember, even those in the spiritual community, I'm talking about those that are popular. Not individually, but those are popular. Some of them, because they want the ego, they want to be right about everything, yada, yada, yada. So they're going to fight others, just as what I'm getting, yeah, because they think they're right. They think they know it all. And that's what's connected to ego. It's not about knowing it all. It's not about any of that. It's about healing the earth. It's not about having all the knowledge. It's not maybe I'm smarter than you. It has nothing to do with any of that. Those are doing that, and they do exist. No, that's their path. It's basically just open arms, basically, is what this is. Of course, you don't have to allow everybody in your energy field. You still gotta be careful who you bring into your life, of course. Just because you're going to the fourth dimensional way of looking at things does not mean you have to allow everyone to connect with you. That's where you gotta be careful. That's another lesson, another test, because they can bring you down. So just because they're in the spiritual community does not mean they're always there to help you. They can be there to sabotage you. It's there. I got my eye on one of them at least. I know I was operating. When they say nothing's going to happen, kind of gives you an indication of who they are. Yeah, they're in disguise. They're not here to help. They say they are, but not really. They're here to actually shut it down. For ego purposes, who knows what it is. They're there. But basically those that are, you know, open, don't want to be better than anybody, just want to heal the planet, heal humanity. It's not about writing books or being famous or anything like that. You will be rewarded. Yes, of course, life's not going to be easy because you get attacks here and there, but that's the way it is. But as long as you find a way to keep your vibration at the way you want it, you will receive positive back, of course. It isn't the easiest. Of course, you got a target on your back, as you know. But that's okay, not to concentrate on that. It's basically, it will come to an end eventually, not for everybody. Some are just, I'm not sure what that's going about, but that's okay. Basically, the fourth dimension vibrations are going to continue to come in rapid rates, depending. As it basically is going into the July month, and just basically another way of looking at things. And also, what I saw is as more people just become more aware of what's going on. Love, peace, happiness to everyone. Not I'm better than you. None of that nonsense. Because that's what really, that kind of shows the true colors of others that have agendas going on, and that's another story. But also, what I saw a vision of as we become more open to the fourth dimension energies, basically, or fourth, fifth, whatever you want to call it. As you become more aware of it, you'll be able to also bring in, I mean, the negative beings are going to hide. Because they don't want people to know that they're here. Obviously, right? Why would you make yourself known here? What for? I mean, they're the ones running the show, not entirely, but they're doing a pretty good. They're the last ones to show themselves. They're going to just go into the mind, the body, and try to puppet humanity through the third dimension. Doing an excellent job right now. Control it. But what I did see is that as more people become more aware of the fire vibrations, what I see is, you can say bring out the darkness, meaning let these beings be seen. Not to harm people, not to scare them, but to say, hey everybody, look who's here. Such as reptilians or insectoids are causing difficulties. As for why, for educational purposes mostly. For the third dimension human that doesn't know any better, of course. Either way, doesn't mean many are going to do it, but I believe the capabilities will be there eventually. As we go into the higher vibrational sense of looking at things, everyone's going to be at a different level, but once again, no ego there. It's just let it flow. Because once the third dimension is going to go through a lot of tests, yes, there's darkness, because the darkness is going to do everything it can to keep itself relevant, to keep itself under control. It will continue to lose. They're not here forever. They're trying to do everything they can to distract humanity into entertainment, politics. I think there was just a video about how the immigration thing, how families are being disconnected from their kids. Have been caught through immigration. Well, that's a healing. That's probably been going on for some time. Eventually that'll be healed. So expect scandals in government more. I'm not sure about QAnon and how that's nonsense. I don't know. I don't connect to QAnon. There's bigger deals out there. Not everything QAnon can. That's a start. But what's coming next is government corruption, like Harvey Weinstein. Eventually. It's just so I can see it and heal it. See it and heal it, basically. There's a lot of dark stuff here, obviously. When the time comes, it'll be... See, that's what light workers are here. To heal. When the nasty comes out, you're here to heal. You're not, once again, not about ego, or about writing books and having posters everywhere. It's not about that. As a third dimension. I mean, it has its purpose, of course, but that's not what this is all about. It's about turning the earth into more of an awakening. So some are wondering how this is going to happen. It's just activations. Now don't feel bad if you're not fully aware of what's going on. Just go with the flow. Because just go with the flow. Who knows what's going to occur. I mean, it's not like I'm connected to a whole lot here. Also, the different worlds of Venus is connected to... obviously Mars, Jupiter. They're all these beings are assisted. A lot of Venus energies are in Greece, ancient Greece, and go on. Of course, a lot of Martian energies came in to cause war and all that. But even during the earliest stage, all of these beings, Jupiter beings, are here too. Jupiter beings are here for philosophies. They do have high advanced technologies similar to Arcturians, but it's a higher vibration of technology, basically. Not for war, mostly for peace. There's no war. I don't think they go into war, but some Arcturians have no choice. But as for the third, basically they're just going to kind of like sing with our energies, basically open up our chakras. I don't want to put the label of this is the event or anything like that. It's just basically the fourth dimension coming through. I don't want to use the event or any of that nonsense. It's just, we're just going to have a more understanding. You just know. You'll just know. And when you just know, and then you'll know things about certain people that say they're positive and find out they're not so positive. So, and those are really popular in the spiritual communities. There's some of that already. You're going to get messages like, why am I getting this message? It's like, it's coming so quick. It's not manipulation. It's the truth. You might think it's a manipulation because they're just uncovering darkness. So, but basically, the way this is going to occur is just we're going through a slow transition of knowing, basically. So it's like know not everything, but basically they're giving. Many are ready. That's pretty exciting because today was very. Most of the day was kind of blah, but then when I came here for this, I just started receiving downloads about Russia. Well, actually during the day about Russia connected to Mars, and there's other worlds. They're not giving me clear indication about the other worlds. It's not that important, but they'll come through when it needs to. When I see a Jupiter vibration being, yes, their planet is about clearing the vibrations to help the our world. But they are like 6th dimension beings. So are they gas beings? Yeah, they're strange looking, but I don't really have a clear indication what they look, but they look very fluid. Let's put it that way. Very alien looking. Very positive, of course. But they have a clear understanding of what we're going through as all beings. Yeah, this world is like a hell pit. But it's really going into a clearing. Now, to give you more understanding of this, now this is obviously before I came here to do this. Notice how life is becoming kind of uneventful, maybe forever, for a long time. That is because they're stopping a lot of the darkness here. It's like, would you rather boring or like an AI apocalypse? Because I believe that's really where they're pushing us, or just world destroy. I'm serious. So what do you rather? Boring? I think I'll take boring compared to what was they're planning, at least the lower beings. Something like the Matrix, basically, to turn, just nothing good, basically. At least the Matrix part of, well, either way, that the machines are running. So I'm serious. They wouldn't rather put the machines, controlling us and all this nonsense. And I believe that's what they're really trying to push for. So the boring, enjoy the boring. It's better than that. So, in the past, war in the past, obviously, I mean, there's always a war. Now we're going to more peacetime. It might be boring. People might be addicted to video games. It's better than the alternative. Of course, they're going out killing stuff. Well, gotta get it out somehow, I guess. But we are going to more of a peacetime. As more of the fourth-dimensional vibrations, it's just a gradual process. There will be scandals. I'm not sure, exactly what's going to occur, like with Syria and stuff like that, such as Yemen. You might give a clear understanding of war at Yemen. It's hard to say where this is all going. But what we are going is to basically, we're getting like a spiritual upgrade for those that are ready for it. Of course, it's always up to you where you want your vibration to be. Those in the third dimension will most likely just laugh at all this like we're crazy people. But then again, look what they're living. It's like, what is that? Okay, prison's fun. Okay, I get you. We got your memo. No, it's not. But basically, we wonder why relationships are all in hell and everything's going to hell. It's because we're under attack every single day. That's coming to an end. Once again, it's not going to be a fast transition. We have more clarity and understanding. Basically, we'll also be able to, those of you who are ready, be able to block low vibrations that are causing difficulties. You've already been doing it. I believe you become more aware of it. And you'll just start to see it more when the time comes. Might be in a couple months, it's hard to say. Some might be doing it already. It's basically blocking darkness, seeing darkness, and casting it away, whatever it might be. I'm being serious about this too. It does feel like we're going into that. Once again, it's an energy of knowing. Once again, probably many are already there. It's like laughing at me. We've been doing this forever. It's like, whatever. This isn't for them then. But this is basically, it's, yeah, expect the next couple months of being able to, who knows. But it'd be nice if this continues on. It's hard to say where this is going to go. Basically, energy of connecting to higher vibrations. Yes, we're all going to be called crazy people by those that are in prison, basically. The prison mentality. The prison of the third dimension. All these big companies, yes, will eventually collapse. It's going to be some time for that. But basically, once again, we get more understanding. The alien beings that are here, yes, do not look human. They are a high vibration. Heaven is helping us. The angels are helping us. It's basically, we've been doing a clearing for some time. But we haven't been able to really enjoy it. Because there's been a lot. There's a lot here to... it does seem like a lot of scandals are going to occur. It has to. How are you going to heal these things? Eventually. Not saying what or how or when or where this is all going to occur. For obvious reasons. Not to concentrate on that. But where does the healing need? Government? Military eventually, basically domestic, just like just regular families need a release of the darkness here. So there's no new age movement, it's a new vibration. It's going to come in, it's going to be like unlike anything this world has ever experienced. So it's not like you can go into history books and look it up. Yes, during the Atlantean time period they had to experience this. Of course, that was their life. And they threw it all away. But they threw it all away to learn more of how to handle their abilities. Apparently we're able to do it now. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. But basically to handle, yes, as we connect more to the fourth dimension, or 5. I'm going at 4 right now, because fourth is just you be able to open up portal vibrations. You have a lot more understanding, connect to your guides easier, and how many are doing that right now? So that's more of a third dimension vibration. There's fourth here in some areas. Some people are, yeah. Everyone's different, of course. But basically for the fourth dimension or fifth dimension, of course I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, that's right. Fourth, fifth dimension, basically you just be able to go wherever you want. Think it and be there. Fly if you want. That's more a sixth dimension, I believe, from what I'm gathering here. So I'm not sure about going to other worlds, like think it and be there. That's a little bit high end, but you never know. But or go from one spot to a ship, for that matter. That's pretty powerful. Not everybody's going to be able to do that. It just gives you an idea of what we're capable of. Of course, people say it's crazy, yada yada yada, but this is people that are living in the third dimensional prison in their minds. They think being, having a job and being a perfect prisoner is great. But they're going to eventually they're not going to let themselves out. The beings that are controlling them are not going to let them go easily. So either have them self-destruct or go into a depression or something like that. So it looks like we're going into a time of a more alien environment. It's just forget about the old world. We're going to be called crazy, but there are going to be things here that people can't explain. As for magic, it's hard to say where that's going to go. Some people will be able to, who knows, we'll just have to wait and see. But basically having a more clear understanding of what's happening here. The dark will be purged off this planet eventually. It's not going to be an easy task, far from it. But more people want to change, correct? Well, you're going to get it, of some shape or form. I don't want to call this the event, because I think the event has a lot of manipulations around it. Some people think they're going to go to the other side tomorrow and all that nonsense. Just kind of go with the flow, basically. Just go with the flow. I mean, you say the event has its positives, but I think there's a lot of not so positive about it too. So it's like clickbait mostly, but not to say it's all wrong, but just have to wait and see. But more of the fourth dimensional vibrations that are coming through, from what I'm feeling at least. As for it continues on, it'd be great. As you get more understanding of who's here. As for the Mars connection here, is basically, you can say they kind of got thrown off. Well, they found Russia, they made themselves home, went through dictatorship of that area, and there's other beings here, reptilian and other beings, of course, that have taken over humanity in their own way. Now, I wouldn't put blame to all these beings. Humans still made the decision. They reincarnate here. We're still part of the process. They call it negative beings, and I'll blame them for everything. It also comes back to the human in the long run. We're the ones running the show, so we just get influenced really easy because we're super weak. Well, not everybody, but quite a few of them are. It's called modern society, basically. As they call it normal. Normal is a prison mentality, but that prison mentality is going. Yeah, it's happier there, isn't it? Yeah, as you become more aware of what misery is going to be every day, in some regard, because you know too much and say how backward the world is, you really see it. But basically, we become more aware of our alien friends, Arcturian, Palladian, etc. Spirit world is, of course, assisting, as this is a time for this world to undo its shackles, little by little. So more of the wave, the ocean of the spiritual energies are going to continue. I welcome it. It is time for, you can call it a purge, I guess, but it's a purge of the third dimension. It's just basically the ideas of third dimension are going to find itself releasing. It's not going to be an easy transition for those in the third dimension, because they're not going to believe in any of this, or once again, they're controlled. Now, those that are aware of all of this, most likely will start to see the beings that are around them manipulated a little bit more clearly. You might even see it as if they're so clear you can see them right there. I think that's where we're going. Now, others might not see them, but you'll see them. Now, also, it goes into July with the aliens visiting here. There's a high possibility that some will see them and some won't. This would make sense for the hysteria. It's like, how can you see these beings and nobody's freaking out? Well, those that are ready for this, you'll see them and nobody else will. That would make a lot more sense. That would even scare the hell out of everyone. But who knows? That does not mean there won't be other anomalies occurring that'll make the world know that they're here. But we'll just have to wait and see. That would be pretty fascinating. At least to be able to see them more clearly would be helpful. Yeah, distracting, but they're going to work with our vibrations, but it's not so distracting. They can work into your day, basically. And that would make a lot more sense. Like, oh, I'm third dimension, I have to do this, I have to do that, blah, blah, blah. Well, they're going to assist those that are ready for this, that you can basically work with both vibrations. That'd be just fabulous. That'd be great. So, I don't know. That's we'll just have to wait and see. As for alien presence here, as for being seen worldwide, who knows? But let me tell you, today, I mean, I've gotten messages about Mars and Russia, and then I was not really expecting that. As the day kind of cooled down, I started seeing Jupiter beings. They're like kind of fluid-looking beings. They're not, I wouldn't call gassy like, but kind of like energy. But they, I don't know how to pronounce. I don't know how to look at it, but just very fluid. Just very. I see them flying. I see them. Their reality is so much different than ours. So it's hard to really. It's like their world is kind of stormy looking, but it's in a good way. It's a high vibration. Basically, so they have their technologies and whatever it is, they just call on it, it shows up, it comes to them, and they do what they need to do, and it goes and does its thing, or something like that. Some very high vibrational way of looking at things. So, I'm not sure if that was very helpful. You might be able to get an image of your mind. I don't know how to explain it, really. Eventually, I guess it's not that important, but either way, they're watching us. Obviously, they have been since the beginning as we went into Downward Spiral. Many of them saw it before we saw it as Atlantean beings, but they say, well, you can say from the Jupiter beings, look at us. It's like, man, they are brave. That's a brave bunch right there, just to throw yourselves right into the gutter, face first. Just yeah, because I mean. It's like we turned away help. I mean, it looks like we could have gotten out of it, but it chose, screw it. We'll just go down there. We'll just go down with this. We'll just take the whole place down. It's like once we're halfway there, it's like why might you just keep on going? So we could have got help, but we decided not to go to total shutdown from the rest of the universe. You could say, at least awareness. Because it looks like we could have at least went halfway down, so then we went all the way down, which is what we're in now. So basically everything's going to become more lighter. Yeah, we complicate things. I see the Jupiter being is very simplistic. Just like spirit, very simple. And us, we're just a bunch of complicated nut jobs. So it's hard to see that in our environment because that's all we see. But if you tune your energies, everything is so simple. Relationships are simple. Thoughts, I mean, just what to do. It's all simple. For us, it's like we can't make a decision if we can, what to wear and anything. So it's all right. That was the whole point of all this, is to forget everything. So we are going into more of a healing energy of this, like I said, energy of knowing is what's coming. Once again, as the alien energies, how that's going to work out, that would be, I mean, another way of looking at it is that you'll see who it is. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but So like Pleiadians show up. You see who it is. Wow, I see a ship. I see beings there, and others in the third dimensions just see a big blast of light. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Something like that. That's neat. That's really cool. So who knows? Once again, a fourth dimensional way of looking at things. Some are already at that level. We're just basically seeing the world from a different point of view, with more understanding of what to eat, what not to eat, or what's happening with the animals, us eating animals. It's like, yeah, I believe a lot of galactic wars went on because of us consuming animals. Like, what's up with this? You're eating my family. What's up with, you let that happen? Stuff like that. I believe some of that did occur at one time at least. I'm not sure if it's still happening. It might be. You never know. You think that would be over, but maybe not. But we have, or like because we're being manipulated into eating animals, and that's it's one of the wars of getting us to look at things differently. So I imagine that's there somewhere. It doesn't mean you have to connect to everything, but yeah, I believe we are going at a time of awareness, definitely. Yeah, today, we're in the middle of June. We're on there at the end of it. Just transitions. I welcome it more than anything. So, alright, yeah, this is a different type of video. I'm not sure if there's anything else from the beings. Once again, they're keeping it simple. What some of this digest. Of course, there's more. Yeah, the dictators and all is all ran by alien vibrations throughout history, of course. Remember, we take it on. I mean, we know we're part of this, so we can't just blame them. We're involved. So the idea is to bring, it's all about healing, really. It's about worldwide healing. It's a transition. It is about disclosure. Or if many aren't ready for disclosure, they're not ready for disclosure. And they will stay where they are. But those that are, well, you will find what you're looking for. I don't believe it's going to be for everybody. I don't think so. So that's going to be fascinating. So yeah, what you see, and right now it's already occurring. What you see is different what others see. So I believe just those that want to see will see more clearly over time. That's what I'm getting. It's fascinating. It's good. Bring it on. Need all the help we can get. So, alright, those that are new to all this, well, if you're still here, IvanTelder.com, we have private sessions open, and I think next week, mostly this week because of work, really shut a lot of stuff down. Google Hangout, Zoom in channel by phone. Also have Learn How to channel. The shop, I'm about 7 days at this time. Also have Spirit Social. Yeah, same thing here, 7 days. And also have other healers and channelers. Also have the Patreon if you want to support the channel. Also have the social network. And then Jake Comic. Jake is talking to us from Astral or somewhere. Okay, alright, yeah, the link is down below. It's a video basically going into more details of all this. And I'll have more of those eventually once the drama cools down. Alright, yeah, this is a simple, different way of, this is a different video that I usually have done. There will be more, but they're kind of holding back on some stuff. That's alright. But yeah, the semi-aversive energies, transition is in the air. Yeah. Alright, much love everyone, take care. Alright, see you tomorrow. Much love.